initiated the GoFundMe.
Teodoro Alcutas, a Filipino-Canadian journalist, is at Mountain View Cemetery in Vancouver to witness the unveiling of a tombstone for the first Filipino settler in Canada, Benson Flores.
We discovered and we're honoring one of our own.
To document Flores' life, Alcutas has been partnering with another Filipino-Canadian journalist, Joseph Lopez, who discovered Benson Flores after a trip to Bowen Island in 2011.
He was reading the book by Irene Howard called Bowen Island. There was a page with Benson Flores' picture and a few lines, describing that he was Filipino.
After years of research, Lopez finally found a record of Flores in Canada's 1911 census. It's reported that he arrived in 1861.
Because he had some properties in Bowen Island. He had a float house. He was operating the first boat rental there.
Alcutas says records show Flores remained a bachelor all his life and died on April 11, 1929 at the age of 81. He was laid to rest at Mountain View Cemetery in Vancouver.
But somehow his assets were not enough to pay his liabilities. So consequently, he was buried as, he was declared an insolvent.
Until recently, the official Canadian records listed Filipino migration as starting in the 1930s. But the discovery of Flores changed the narrative.
Even though we have oral traditions and histories of Filipinos coming to the coast of British Columbia in the 17th and 18th century, he's the first one officially recorded in the government of Canada.
I think this makes it exciting for the next generation. We can connect by seeing where they lived, where they worked, and where they're buried today.
And at that time, there were only about less than 10 Filipinos on Bowen Island. But now we're 175,000 or more in British Columbia alone. So we're one of the fastest growing immigrant community in this country, and Benson Flores paved the way.
Alcutas is working on a documentary to memorialize Benson Flores. He hopes to have the film ready for release by the May of this year. Sohrab Sandhu, CBC News, Vancouver.